How's it going, guys? Mike with the Journal and Actual, and we're here with some more Salomon content. A couple months ago, I released a video on this boot here, which was the Quest 4D4s. Initially, it was just first impressions with some limited use on it, and everything was great, very comparable to my Salomon experience prior to that, until I popped a plastic eyelet, and then the rubber toe cap started separating from the leather body. Yes, rubber toe cap separating from the leather body. So that was unfortunate. I figured it's just because it was an initial release sort of thing. It was very brand new. You know, it just needs some time in a lot of people's hands for Salomon to figure that out, and then they would fix that. It could be that, you know, this came from a Vietnamese factory versus maybe one of their other ones. Could just be the design. Who knows? Either way, I imagine that they will fix that problem. In that second video I did with that information, I said that I had two routes to go. Either LL Bean for a refund or exchange, or contacting Salomon and see what they had to offer. That worked out for me well, because contacting Salomon, they said, here's $230. Do with it whatever you want. And at the time of that refund, or whatever that amount that they gave me, this boot was selling for $230, about $30 off. Works out well, because these were the two boots I was considering purchasing, and I ended up going with the 44. So now I have a comparison for you. I would say that these boots are very comparable with some small differences. And if you don't want to watch any further, I would say buy the Forces 2 boot. Some of the features on this boot that I do prefer over the others, and why I think that maybe it has more reliability, or at least for now, unless I already fixed the problem with the 44s. All leather eyelets, unless you're talking about the 3 metal, which the other one mirrors. These are captive, whereas the other ones are not. They are both Gore-Tex boots, and the Gore-Tex does go above the ankle. Obviously, no separation of the toe cap. And this boot does have probably 60 hours of some hard use, and this has about 40 hours, and only 20 hours of that would be considered hard use. When I first was looking at purchasing one or the other, some of the reviews said that this section here, which is a rubberized section meant for fast roping, contacted the inside of your foot, and over time that would cause some rubbing, some hot spots, and became very uncomfortable. I've worn these for 12 hours at a time, and I have not noticed anything like that. I think it would be pretty apparent if there was going to be an issue within that time frame. Again, maybe that's just wearing the right size boot or socks or whatever, but there was nothing on the inside that would say this boot is going to cause an issue. And with that 60 hours, most of it being hard use, there's no real wear to be seen. Tread pattern, I wouldn't say one is more aggressive than the other. I would say that they're pretty comparable. Seems like the midsole on the Forces, it's more rigid than the 44s, but not too rigid anyway. Whereas the 44s, it's a softer material, but you have this rigid intersection. One of the features that really just comes down to preference. The 44s come in a color scheme that I guess just say it's less earth-like, it's more unnatural. This is the OD coloration. They have black, and then they have a tan. The OD has this light green midsole. The tan has, its midsole is basically white, and this section here is basically white. This is very standoffish. I mean, it'll stand out rather. And then black is black, but the Forces, because it's meant for military use, law enforcement use, it's more of a dulled down appearance, more more earth color like. They have black, they have gray, but then they have this, which is the FDE, and they have an OD. Again, they're just more subdued colors, and depending on what you're going for or whatever, in my opinion, I do like this a lot more. The toe box is relatively the same, and in my experience, they run on the wider side, which is good. I do believe they offer a wide sizing, and I do prefer the wide shoes, but I haven't had any issues with the toe box on either of these shoes. Both have the same insole. So there isn't much to say other than I think that directly out of the box, this shoe offers maybe some more reliability. They kind of know who this product is going to, and you know, if you're overseas or whatever and you can't really afford the time to get another pair sent to you when you're, I guess, life depends on it, you're not going to want to have any issues with your footwear. Whereas this, meant for the civilian market, more or less, maybe they could afford the time to work out some of the kinks when they sent it out. So my love for Salomon hasn't changed. I will still buy Salomon products, especially with how cool they were with you know, getting this replaced. No questions asked, you know, just a standard form. Hey, what's wrong with it? Whatever. Here's your $230 and run with it. So I apologize, you know, again, I wanted to have some real time with this boot to give you a fair comparison and information instead of just, hey, here's a new boot, it's cool, get it. I've been busy training with my guys. We're going to Guardian Center in December from Milsom West. We're going to be running with the Ragnar group, which is pretty cool, something different for us, not getting stuck with regular normie guys, so that'll be cool to have just a different set of experience coming with us. So stay tuned for that. Stay tuned for some more videos on some gear and stuff. Again, just been busy, so gameplay and stuff like that isn't coming anytime soon. All the free time we have is spent training just to get up to standard on their SOPs and SOGs and to be more cohesive. So if there's any questions, feel free to ask, and until next time, guys, have a good one.